A lot of agents don't make it. They fail. They just don't make it. I would say most agents don't make it. I want to know, in your view, your perspective, you've had hundreds of agents flow through your leadership. Those that don't make it, is there a common trait, a common set of habits, like some observations you may have?
Those who don't make it have the employee complex. They want the guaranteed income.
Okay.
They want the pension plan. They want the health insurance, and they're happy with that. They just don't have the entrepreneurial attitude.
Today, we see a lot of sales gurus, sales classes, sales training. People pay lots of money to attend these conferences where hundreds and thousands of people are there to get a booklet and hear from some guru on a stage talking about selling. You're probably one of the best sales people I've ever met. What is happening to our culture where we think sales is a technique versus an authentic relationship building experience? What's happening in your view?
Referring to your sales meetings and listening to the gurus.
Yes.
I don't like them. That sounds really kind of wrong, but they, in a way, are trying to get you to be like them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So don't get me wrong, but I can't be like them.
Yeah.
I'm unique. I have to be me, and I'm suited for this career, and God gave me these talents for this career, and I've got to be me.
Did you know that you would become a mentor to young men and women as you made that shift, or was it just an opportunity to earn a little more and transfer these skills to other people? What was in your mind as you took that assignment to become a supervising general agent?
What's the best way to train somebody? For me, I have to be excited about the person I'm bringing on.
Yeah.
If I can't have a passion, and I have to ask myself, do I really want to help this person? And if I don't, I'm not going to be a good mentor. And
When you say, do I want to help them? Do you mean you need to like them? What do you mean?
yeah,
You need to like them. Do you need to see potential?
yes.
Okay. What else do you need to see?
I want to see a person that also believes in me.
Is if the client's already got a habit of putting away $500 to $700 a month. They've already got the habit. They're putting it away, but it's being put in the wrong can. You can show them the more efficient can. It's show them the tax benefited can. And you can say, listen, we can stay here, but here's the outcome. Don't change a thing. Here's the outcome. If we make a couple of modest adjustments, stay at 700. We're not going to get into the pocket anymore. Stay at 700. This is the outcome. What would you like me to do? Please go do that, is what they'll say. Of course they will, because it makes sense to them. So you're coaching high school football in what city in California?
Oh, out in the country,
Okay.
in southeastern corner of California, called the Imperial Valley.
Okay.
Probably 80% Hispanic.
Visalia? Where are you?
Oh,
Tulare?
No, Brawley, California.
Okay, Brawley,
By
California.
El Centro, California.
Okay, very good.
About 20 miles from the Mexican border.
Wow.
Calexico, Mexicali.
Yuma.
Yeah.
Down in that area.
Close to Yuma. We'd play Yuma.
That was when they were in your conference.
They were in our conference.
And you're coaching football, even though you're a baseball guy.
That's right.
Interesting. And so why do you think they let you coach football?
Well, when I graduated from UNLV, I went back to California. My head baseball coach was now the head football coach.
Okay.
He says, I need some assistance on the freshman team.
Okay, sure.
And that's where I started from scratch.
And you loved it.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved the playbook. I loved
the young man.
And we were going to a top flight Southern California school.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of pride there. I mean, we won the 4A football championship, played the championship game in the Coliseum, which I got to be part of all that.
The LA Coliseum.
The LA Coliseum.
Wow, where UCLA plays.
Or USC.
In the
And at the time, UCLA was there too. Now they're at the Rose Bowl.
Yeah, that's right. Awesome. So tell me how you got into financial services. Tell me you're obviously happy, you're coaching. There's a couple of fears that you'll be in classroom 6 for the rest of your life. That scared you.
To death.
You would go home.
I thought, do I want to be here for the next 30 years?
Right.
No way.
But I
didn't know where to go.
Yeah, I was going to say, there is no other option at this point. You're nested into this environment.
I was looking. I thought maybe to be in construction, be a contractor.
Right.
I kind of leaned towards building things.
Yeah.
It was a big farming area, so I thought, well, buy some land and I'll be a big farmer and big tractors and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But that wasn't me.
Do you now listen, I know you well. You were my very first mentor in financial services. I know what I received from you, which was great. It's incredible what you've imparted to me. I always fashioned you as an engineering mind. Like you could take apart very complicated things and make it real easy to understand. That's really what you did for me. You took the complication of financial instruments and made it make sense to me.
Well, can I tell you where I really learned that?
Please.
It was when I was a missionary for the LDS Church.
Okay.
I was taking complicated things out of the scriptures,
theology,
and making it easy for people
Right.
to believe and understand.
Right.
And I knew I had a talent there.
Yeah, you did.
That I could bring it down to their level,
Right.
where it said, that makes sense to me. I do understand what you're saying.
Right. I remember you would take illustrations, Chris. I would come into your office. You would take illustrations, which are very complicated. They're multi-pages. They rarely make sense. There are many columns. They're designed to confuse. They literally are designed to confuse. And you would write on them. You would write what's happening on them and summarize them on the actual illustration. Then you would circle the parts that you're referencing at the top. And do you see here? And you see this is the cost of insurance. And this is what it comes out of your money. This is the money that comes out of your money. This is the money you get to keep. You would make it all make sense. And then I watched you do it over and over and over again with clients. And it just made sense.
Well, people want to know the bottom line. So those circles that you were referring to, that's the bottom line.
That's it.
And they won't understand the whole illustration.
Never.
But if they see the bottom line and they like the bottom line, then they buy.
Right. Did you find that this was natural to you early on when you started as an agent in 1980? Was that something? Oh, I can explain this stuff. I mean, how did you come to understand it well enough to explain it?
Well, repetition helps a lot. You do the same thing over and over again. But, when you're starting from scratch in a career, you pay more attention, I think, and you don't take things lightly.
Right.
And so if you can't understand it, how can you teach others?
Right.
So I had to make sure I really understood it. Then I could reduce down these principles to the bottom line for them very quickly.
Was your teacher, the person who was teaching you this, were they a good explainer?
No.
Yeah, right. You're right. You're lucky if you have a good explainer.
I was actually all on my own. It was like I parachuted in to a foreign country, and I'm taught to be a survival guy.
Yeah.
But that's good, because when you're in survival mode, your brain learns faster.
Yeah, your antenna's up. Yeah, your eyes are wide open, the antenna's up, you're listening to everything, taking in data at a high rate. So walk us through it a little bit. You get recruited, I guess. Did you fill out an application to sell life insurance, or were you recruited somehow?
That's a great question, James. I had a good friend.
Yeah.
And he was actually a farmer.
Okay.
He wasn't in the education business.
Okay.
And he had made contact with these financial planners, estate planners out of town, because all those guys were in the big cities.
Yeah, right.
And they had come down to the farming area because there was a lot of rich farmers down there to do their work. And somehow they approached him to do his estate plan because he was a farmer. And they go, we think you might be good at this. And they try to recruit him. He decided no, he didn't want to go into the business. But he said, Chris, you would be good at this. You ought to look into this.
Wow.
And then as I started looking into it, I have to admit it had some excitement to it. And then, of course, you ask other people, what do you think? I'm thinking about going in there. And they go, you'd be great.
Yeah.
You'd be great. And that built my confidence up.
Right.
Which kind of affirmed that that's my style of a career.
Did you like it in the beginning, or did you come to like it?
A little bit of both.
Yeah.
I think the excitement of it was there, which you got the adrenaline and the enthusiasm. But then you still have to deal with the day-to-day things that are associated with
paperwork and
being involved in this. And that does take time.
Was the company Beneficial Life?
Yes.
That was your first run in the insurance space.
Yeah, that's the only company I knew.
Okay, so interesting. This is an important question because I think a lot of entrepreneurs think you need to be passionate and in love with what you do, and you'll never work another day in your life. And I hear this a lot, that I've got to be in love or I shouldn't do it. I have to, if I don't love it, I shouldn't do it. And I personally completely disagree with this idea. I think you come to love what you do well. I think all of us fall in love over time. In the beginning, there's too much fear to be in love. There's too much nervousness. It's too novel to find passion for. Now you can find passion for the money that's available. You can find passion for some of the pieces of it. Oh, I like that. But I got to tell you, this idea that you shouldn't do it if you're not in love on day one, I don't think you'll work ever anywhere if you got to love it day one.
Well, it appeals to me because of my competitiveness and my athletic background.
Right.
There's a lot of similarities between being in the insurance sales or estate planning and being an athlete. And I like to win.
Right. I know you do.
And the thrill of making the sale is like you won that game.
Right.
And now don't get me wrong. You're talking about people, and that's the second thing I really enjoyed is the relationships.
Yeah.
I mean, here I am selling them something, but they're inviting me over for dinner.
Yes.
I'm kind of in their family now.
Yeah. You're an important part of their family.
Which makes me feel like, wow, this is very rewarding.
Yeah, emotionally.
I'm more than just bringing them some product. I'm a part of their family now.
Do you think that's unique to you?
I can't say. I would hope everybody has those kind of relationships.
Yeah.
But
I felt that personally, but I know a lot of people who are more transactional in their selling experience, and they don't get the reward that you're talking about now, which is a reward.
Well, I find out if I veer away from me and I get more transactional, the bond isn't as strong.
Yeah.
I think, we talk about salesmanship, but it's really relationship.
I totally agree.
Not salesmanship.
I totally agree.
It's relationship.
Yeah. How can I help them get what they need or what they want? And I happen to have a compensation plan that's tied to this.
Yeah.
Yeah. The compensation's in line with me helping them get what they need.
Right.
Yeah. And that is one of the cool pieces of the business.
And remember, we're in competition with other people that do the work we do.
Right.
And we have to beat them.
That's
in
right.
a way. And how do you beat them?
Relationship.
You outwork them.
Yeah.
You build a better relationship. You have a better product.
Yeah.
You can explain it better.
Yeah. Authenticity.
And people won't do business with you unless they like you.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact. You could have the best products on the planet. You could be handing out gold bars. If they don't like you, they won't take them.
Yeah, we've seen that today, haven't we?
Yes, they have to like you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you've got...
And trust you. I want to say that goes together.
Yeah, there's a trust. Somebody taught me, it may have been Dr. Covey from the 7 Habits, Highly Effective People, Dr. Covey. This was a concept he taught me at BYU. He said, the word trustworthy often gets confused with honesty. He said, I'm telling you now, and I want you to rinse this from your mind. Trustworthy is not honest. Honest is honest. That's why there's another word for it. Trustworthy is you are trusted and capable. To be worthy of someone's trust is what trustworthy is. It means you are capable. I can like you as a surgeon, but I don't think you know what you're doing. You're not going to do a procedure on me. So to be trustworthy means I know you're good and I trust you.
Yeah, to be trusted is better than to be loved.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's harder to accomplish. It means you have to have proven yourself over time. They have to know.
That's actually a Bible scripture.
It is.
Yeah.
Do you know the reference?
Yes.
It's in the New Testament. And I don't know it. I'm just seeing if you can reference it for the audience.
I can't tell you the reference
Probably
right
Paul.
now. But you've challenged me. I'll get it to you.
Okay, good. Yeah, we may put that
But
up.
to be trusted is better to be loved.
Than to be loved, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, in fact, it's in Samuel. It came to me.
It is?
In the Old Testament.
Okay. Samuel.
Samuel.
Is Samuel saying that phrase?
I think
Is
it
it
is
Samuel's words?
Well, it's right in the book of Samuel, so I assume it's him.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Maybe somebody in the
To be
audience
trusted
could put that in the chat.
is better than to be loved.
That's great. Tell me, today we see a lot of sales gurus, sales classes, sales training. People pay lots of money to attend these conferences where hundreds and thousands of people are there to get a booklet and hear from some guru on a stage talking about selling. You're probably one of the best sales people I've ever met. And I don't think you'd be caught dead in one of these rooms. I don't think you'd ever pay $1 to get in one of these rooms. What is happening to our culture where we think sales is a technique versus an authentic relationship building experience? What's happening in your view?
Well, I think number one, you got to believe in what you're doing, that it's a good thing. If I didn't feel I was doing a good thing, I couldn't do it. It's not in my DNA.
It's not your nature.
So
believe, but you must believe in what you're doing.
Yeah, and the people will know.
Yeah, they feel that.
They'll say, "Hey, do you do what you preach, so to speak?"
Or get back with me. We're going to think it through.
Yeah.
They say that.
And I still have heard that.
Yeah, right.
Okay, you're not going to be 100%.
Right.
You would like to think you are.
Yes.
But you're not going to be 100%. And referring to your sales meetings and listening to the gurus.
Yes.
I don't like them.
Yeah, I don't either.
Now, that sounds really kind of wrong, but they, in a way, are trying to get you to be like them.
Yeah.
And when I try to be like them, I fail.
Yeah.
But when I be like Chris Sockel,
yes,
relying on me,
yeah, then
I'm much better.
It's not gimmicky.
I'm more true,
yeah,
and more sincere, and that's why I stopped going. Now, if you need motivation, sometimes it's good.
Yeah,
you know, hey, I heard some great stories. You're right, man. I've kind of forgotten the principles that got me there.
Yeah.
So don't get me wrong, but I can't be like them.
Yeah.
I'm unique. I have to be me, and I'm suited for this career, and God gave me these talents for this career, and I've got to be me.
How far into your career did you know that?
That's a great question. I'll tell you a story.
Yeah.
I start off gangbusters.
Yeah.
You know, first year, new agent of the year for Beneficial Life. Greatest thing going. Seems like for some reason the sophomore year, maybe you get cocky, maybe you get arrogant, maybe you think it's too easy, and you're not quite doing the things you need to do. I mean, just give you a good agent should prospect 2 hours a day. That's their job. If they stop doing that, I don't care how good you are. If you're not in front of anybody, nobody knows it.
Yeah.
And so my sophomore year in the business kind of took a step backwards. My fault, not anybody's fault. And I even got an offer from a bank to be in their trust department because they respected what I did.
Yeah.
And I almost took it.
Wow.
Almost took it because it was a guaranteed salary.
Yeah.
You know, and
they've almost walked you out of your destiny.
Almost. And I had a little project that I hadn't started yet. And I said, okay, well, let me, and fortunately, the guy that was hiring me, who was the president of the trust department, it took him 3 months to get back to me to offer me a job. So in this 3 months, I hit it big again in the insurance. And then when he did call me, he says, we're going to offer you the job. He couldn't offer me anything to compete with what I was doing.
So luck, a little fortune there, a little...
that close, James.
Yeah.
And our life sometimes is built on little pivotal moments that could have gone either way.
For sure.
And I think about that often, actually, how close I came to missing out on the greatest thing for me.
Oh, and me. I'm sitting here selfishly thinking, you're working in the trust department. We don't meet.
We never meet.
We never meet.
Yeah. Isn't life beautiful?
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Steve Jobs said in a commencement address to Stanford, he already was overcome with liver cancer. And he said to those students who were graduating, he says, you connect the dots, looking backwards to your life. You don't connect them looking forward. It's impossible. He says, but when you do look back, you will see all these sharp turns and these coincidental moments that turn out to be your destiny. Yeah. He says, so don't try to be so busy manufacturing the dots in front of you. Kind of just work in the lane you're in, work hard in the lane you're in, and destiny's got a great way of shaping those dots.
Yeah, and he probably remembers working out of his garage.
Yeah, for sure. So let's get into this mentoring if we could. I want to talk about this because I've had a lot of great mentors in my life that have really shaped the way I think about my potential, and they've shaped what I expect of myself, and frankly, the life that I've currently curated. The life I have today, I can tell you, has been shaped by mentors. You stand at the front road of those mentoring relationships. You're first, okay? And I want to explore, if I can, this idea of mentoring. Did you know, as you move from agent to supervising agent, we call them general agents in the business, but for those that are watching, it's kind of like a sales manager. Did you know that you would become a mentor to young men and women as you made that shift? Or was it just an opportunity to earn a little more and transfer these skills to other people? What was in your mind as you took that assignment to become a supervising general agent?
Well, that's a great question. Let me back up a little bit.
Yeah.
What's the best way to train somebody? Now, for me, I have to be excited about the person I'm bringing on.
Yeah.
If I can't have a passion, and I have to ask myself, do I really want to help this person?
Yeah.
And if I don't, I'm not going to be a good mentor. And
when you say, do I want to help them? Do you mean you need to like them? What do you mean?
Yeah.
You need to like them. Do you need to see potential?
Yes.
Okay. What else do you need to see?
I want to see a person that also believes in me.
Okay. They're willing to hear you.
Like whatever I say,
coachable.
They're going to do it.
They're coachable.
Which is the way I was in athletics. If I had the right coach,
you were all in.
I was 110%.
Yeah.
I believed in him and he believed in me, and we were successful.
What if they're not coachable and you're I want to explore this because many personalities don't do well being coached, even though that's the greatest honor of your life, is to be coached by somebody who sees potential in you. I believe it's the greatest honor of a young person's life is to be coached. I really do. It's a privilege to be coached. It means someone sees something in you you may not see in yourself.
The good players want to be coached.
Of course they do.
Yeah.
So what happens when they're not coachable?
It's just not going to work out.
To you, in your mind, in your coaching, what is going on if I'm not coachable? You hired me. I'm in. I may have faked you out when we came together. I may have faked you out and had you believe that I was going to be coachable. I may have even passed the test, and now I'm in. I'm sure you had this experience with people.
Sure.
And now I'm not coachable. I put up walls. I put up excuses. I put up resistance. I make up things that aren't accurate about what my schedule looks like. How do you deal with that?
Well, first of all, there becomes a detachment there when that happens.
Emotional detachment.
And I move on.
Yeah.
I move on.
Yeah.
And I don't have time. Life is short, and I move on for the next person.
And that's a dangerous spot for me.
It sounds cold.
It's real though.
But maybe it's a blessing for them because they may have realized it's not for them.
Or they've made a big mistake that they'll see later when they're more mature.
You're right. You're right, James.
Yeah. So now let's talk about those that are coachable, because that is the marriage that works so well in financial services. Great mentor, great teacher, wanting to believe in my potential when I may not even see it. What do you need from me?
Well,
what do you need me to be doing?
I want somebody to follow me.
Okay.
If I'm good
Yeah.
and I'm the best,
And you are.
follow me.
Yeah.
In the old days, we called it an apprenticeship.
Okay.
You work with this carpenter for 5 years,
In his
learn
shop.
how to make furniture,
Yeah.
and you work really for free
Yes.
to get the value of what you're learning from the pro.
Right.
And most of my learning isn't the book.
Yeah.
It's watching the pro,
Yeah. It's
And
all the subtle things.
copying the pro.
Right. The nuanced stuff
Yeah.
that you can't put in a book.
The mannerism,
Yeah.
you know?
And when they said this, you said that.
Yeah. And when I remember I'd have one of my agents with me.
Yeah.
We referred to Jimmy Pettyjohn.
Yeah, sure.
I remember we drove from Vegas to Tonopah to see a principal. No, he was the superintendent of schools for Nye County School District.
Okay.
It was
You and Jimmy.
It was a referral, and this was like his first appointment, like when you would go with me to Imperial Valley.
Yes.
And I'm explaining, we had a concept called pension maximization.
I know pension max.
And
Yeah.
I'm explaining to him, and he's looking at it. He goes, "Man, this is great." And while he's looking, I looked over at Jimmy and I winked at him, and Jimmy was like, "Yeah, this guy's going to be our client," you know.
Yeah, yeah,
And,
he
and
knew.
I think those little chemistry things
Yes.
are very powerful for the person learning
Yeah.
and watching the pro.
Yeah. There's a bond that gets built between the mentor and the trainee.
Right.
The
And
apprentice.
I mentioned earlier, I didn't really have a mentor.
Yeah.
But I did. It was the other mentors in my life who made me what I really was.
Yeah.
Not necessarily
In
insurance
business, in financial
sales,
services. Yeah.
but all the little things that made me great, whether it was discipline. I did have mentors. So
Yeah.
I don't want you to
Your
think.
mission president, these
Yeah,
type
I didn't
of
want you to
people.
think I just parachuted in.
No, got it.
Out of nowhere.
But to the business you did. And a lot of people into the business do.
But the principles work.
They do. They're the same.
The
They're
principles
transferable.
work.
Yeah.
Hard work, knocking on the door, whatever it takes. Follow up,
Yeah.
love,
Yeah.
concern,
Care about them.
personality.
Yeah. That's why I think, and you're saying it very, very well. If you're going to be in the leadership business, we can refer to mentoring as leadership. If you're going to be in the leadership business, there's got to be a genuine concern and care for the person you're leading, almost like a shepherd.
Right. And I think the person you're leading, they want to know if you're doing the little things that you preach.
For sure.
Yeah. I mean,
For
there's
sure.
nothing like having a
Hypocrites.
leader who says, go out and do all this stuff, and they
Yes.
don't do it, or they never have done it.
Never done it.
And that doesn't work for me either.
No.
I think when I talk to people,
Yes.
have they done it?
Yeah. Does he know what he's talking about?
Yeah.
Right.
Is he just telling me words?
Right.
Or is this guy practice what he preaches? Is he really good?
Yeah. Yeah. Because you're very high IQ, very smart. This is your space. You're going to see through a pretender. And frankly, the people you've mentored, Jimmy Pettyjohn, Scott Childress, myself, and many others, we're not dummies either. And if you were not doing what you were saying, well, we'd have sniffed that out quick.
Oh yeah.
We'd have sniffed that out real quick.
Yeah.
I was so curious.
Do what I say, not what I do, right?
Yeah, I would have sniffed that out. I'd been gone.
Yeah, you would have been gone.
Yeah.
And rightfully so.
Sure.
Who wants to be attached to
A phony.
something like that?
No, nobody. Not sharp people. You can fool a dummy for a while, but not sharp people.
Yeah. And when I came into the business, there were different types of management style.
Yeah.
One was the manager who is the manager. He doesn't sell. He sits in some seat
Yeah.
and he tells everybody what to do.
Yeah.
But he's not really doing the grunt work.
Yeah.
You know? And I myself, I like the personal producing type
Yeah.
manager who's out doing it,
Right.
showing you the way, bringing you along. But the downside sometimes in our business is all these agents are really free agents, like
Yeah.
in the sports world.
Volunteer army.
You know, and you could recruit as a football player, a football team. You get a first round draft choice.
Yeah.
And he spends 5 years because that's the contract. But in that 6th year, if he's good, he's going to go where they're giving him the money.
For sure.
You know, money still talks.
Yeah.
Loyalty's great,
Yeah.
but money still talks.
Yeah.
And I think as a manager or as a personal producing manager, you have to be flexible. You have to know that someday, if they're really good, they're going to go on their own.
Yeah.
And you can't blame them.
Yeah, you're training them to leave one day.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah. Now, especially the way your contract was at the time with Beneficial, there wasn't enough money in it to be able to not have them leave because you couldn't give them your contract.
No.
Yeah, that's just the way the contract was set up. Now, you may remember this. I'm at least going to try to spark a memory for you. I had a lot of friends that were missionary buddies of mine that we went to BYU together that wanted to work with me, whatever I was doing. And you and I were really good together. You taught me a lot, and I was making a lot of money. I think 288 was my first or second year with you. And this is back in the 90s, okay? I'm 24 years old.
By the way, you beat Jimmy Pettyjohn.
Is that right?
Yeah, he didn't make that much.
I mean,
he made a lot.
Yeah,
but you beat him.
Yeah, I was making $400,000 as a 24-year-old. I didn't have enough. I don't drink or smoke and don't spend money on nightclubs, so I didn't have enough places to put the money. But I remember being ambitious enough to come into your office one day. And you had taught me for about a year and a half, maybe 2 years. And I was running my own seminars that you had taught me to run. And I did them exactly the way you taught me to run them. And it worked beautifully. We were doing living trust work, estate planning, moving annuity money, insurance money. And I was really feeling like I understood the business. I didn't think I would ever leave. And I remember coming to you saying, hey, listen, I've got some guys who want to work with us. Would you mind telling me what the override is on my efforts? I don't want any of it. I just want to know, because if I bring some guys in, can we split it? And you and I agreed. I remember the numbers. It was 40% was the spread. The difference between my 60 and I guess 100 was 40. That was the spread of the GA. Mm-hmm. And I said, listen, if I bring guys in and I train them and we teach them your system, can we just go 20-20? Can we just split it? Do you remember this conversation?
I do.
Yeah. And we brought some guys in, and we, I don't know, 2-3 guys. Some of these guys made a career of it, and it's probably still in the business today. But I remember learning then with you, there's some real power in leveraging lots of people. They may not do what I would do or you would do from a total volume standpoint, but if they did a little bit and there was enough of them, they could outpace my own effort.
Absolutely.
So that's where the light bulb clicked for me, that building a team in financial services was going to be the most lucrative thing I could possibly do. I was still going to write the business because I like it. I like meeting with clients. I like doing the circle explanations. I like it on the back of a napkin when they ask a question and I'm able to make it make sense. You taught all that to me, and I still to this day love it.
And one thing I have found out for those that really did well, that I recruited, they like to tell other people about the business, and they're good recruiters themselves.
Right.
And they have the skills now to be the mentor for them.
Right.
And so I've seen that in almost every top tier agent that I hired from scratch.
Right.
They became great recruiters
and built agencies.
And built agencies.
Yeah, they built teams. Yeah. I remember even going to a guy, the name just came into my head, in Salt Lake City, who was kind of the head of the general agents. His name was Errol Phippen.
Okay.
Okay, this name just popped in my head.
I do remember Errol.
Okay. So Errol apparently was in charge of making and crowning, that's the way I viewed it, a new general agent.
Okay.
And I remember being 25 years old at this point. I'd been there 3.5 years. And I remember we were the number one agency in the country. We were winning all the awards. What if they were handing out awards, your agency was winning.
And that was because of guys like you.
Well, you ran an agency with a lot of all-stars, no doubt about it. I was in there with all-stars.
And that's it. If you're going to be a top team using the sports world, you got to have the recruits.
And you had them.
Yeah.
I was surrounded by all-stars. Scott Childress, Pettyjohn, of course. And there were many others that their names escaped me, but there was a lot of good players in there. But I remember Errol Phippen talking to him about being a general agent, and this is just a silly conversation, but it affected me as a young man in a way that I think built for me a firmness in my a firmness in my desire to have control over my career. I wanted to be a general agent. I wanted to be like Chris Sockel.
Which you should want to be like me.
I did. I did. You had it all. You played tennis every day. You had the beautiful home. You had the great family. You had balance in your life. You had the life curated that I one day wanted to have. And I wanted to follow the path you chose to create it. And I remember having this conversation with Errol Flippin that was very discouraging. And I say this because the audience is full of ambitious young people who are in agencies or in our agency over at Real Financial. And I remember thinking, this guy has no idea what's baking inside this spirit, but he's got some type of age requirement in his mind on what it takes to be a general agent. Now, in my mind, it may have been early, but I felt, don't judge my age. I am prepared to do grown man work to get the crown of general agent. And I remember feeling that, like, to this day, I kind of feel the energy that I felt then. Hostility, right? It was hostility, clearly.
And I could understand that.
Yeah, right. You probably remember it because I'm sure Errol would have to call you and say, hey, this Catledge guy's starting to wear me down on this general agent stuff.
I got a lot of calls.
Right, I would think.
Not necessarily about you, but others who wanted the same opportunity.
Exactly.
Which I can't blame them. You
Yeah.
just look at the Rams. Every year, half their coaching staff leaves because they graduated to a higher level.
They can be head coaches somewhere else.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
So I remember the last thing in the world I would want to do was leave this place that had given birth to such grandiose expectations. I mean, I'm not a mover. I'm not a transfer guy. I'm not a look over there guy. I'm a stay in the lane guy. And I remember, and I'm saying this because there's a lot of people out there that think they need to look elsewhere. And the industry's done an unbelievable job of creating general agent contracts where you can stay where you are, have the general agent contract, and hire the ambitious Chris Ockel, the ambitious James Catledge, have them earn your contract, and then recruit their agency, and you never have to leave. And that is a new thing in compensation that the insurance industry's had to react to. And it happened because of general agencies like Beneficial and Creative. And frankly, the industry was set up. New York Life, MetLife, Prudential, they were all set up this way. Yeah, captive agencies.
Yeah, and there's captive and independent.
Yes.
I've tried both.
Yeah.
I thrive in independent.
Yeah, because you're an independent guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's no cap on it. And you can
and that's why some of these companies are no longer in business.
Right.
They were dinosaurs that never changed.
The recruiting model of recruiting ambitious killers and then having them leave and become your competition is a crazy model.
Yeah.
You've got to create a financial incentive. You don't have to give away the house, but there's got to be a financial incentive or a contract that allows the best of the best to earn a contract, but still reward you for having brought them in.
Absolutely.
And that's what, I mean, I'm not going to name them here on the show because I'm not trying to drive traffic to other opportunities, but we know that there are agreements and contracts like at Real Financial where you can hire the most ambitious in a community and they would never need to leave. If they left, it's because they were disgruntled. It wouldn't be because of the reason a get it done, ambitious James Catledge left. I would have never left. If you could have been paid an override to make me a general agent and have me move to Laramie, Wyoming, and you'd be paid forever 12, 15 points on my action in my agency, oh my. Think about the land would be covered with Chris Sockel agencies.
I remember, James, you came to me after you had left to get a better deal.
Yeah.
And you said, Chris, come with me and I'll put you above me.
Yes.
As a reward. It floored me.
Yes.
Here was one of my proteges.
Right.
Still wanting to keep me
close. Yeah.
And I appreciated that. Obviously for me, the timing wasn't right.
Yeah.
But it could have been maybe something even bigger.
I mean, honestly, because you really ran a farm team of great Major League Baseball players. You literally were a farm team coach for Major League Baseball
That's
players.
why Beneficial is not in business anymore.
And it's sad because it was a great concept, great product, great agency system. There was just a flaw. In that one flaw, all you had to do is just jigger the numbers a little bit, and Chris Zockel could have run agencies all across the United States, and it should have been that way, truthfully.
Yeah.
As I look back on it, the people
in some ways I regret that. I'll be very honest with you.
I mean, well, we all have things we look back on and feel that way about, but I'm more than anything, I'm trying to explore this idea that the evolution of contracts has changed. And there are ambitious killers that are coming into the business today. They're signing agreements to join companies today. And I would say to them, if that's you, read the agreement. Look at the compensation plan. Does it allow you to be a major league player and never need to leave? Because if it doesn't, don't stay. Leave now. Don't build something and then figure it out. You better know the day you sign up that the comp grid rewards you to be a major league player. And that's what we've done at Real Financial. That's what we built.
And see what you've done at Real Financial, you are catering to the entrepreneur.
Yes.
Where some of these older captive contracts cater to the employee concept.
Right.
And that's dead.
It is dead.
In the insurance world, it is dead.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. You can't have a situation where you're always training and pouring that. I know the energy you poured into me. I mean, you were like a father figure. You poured everything you had. And I'm thinking, how does that even make sense that you would be left out of the dynamic financially when I go leave and go create something really powerful? And somehow that's just the way it is. I mean, it doesn't seem like the way it should have been, the way it should be. And that happened over and over again. I mean, it happened 20, 25 times it had to have happened to you.
Yes.
I mean, literally.
And that's why I eventually became converted to independence versus captive.
You know what I love about
and James, when I started in 1980, that's a long time ago, there were some big companies out there, powerful, Mutual of New York, Equitable Life, Beneficial Life.
Right.
They are no longer here.
They're not even in business.
Yeah.
They couldn't change.
They could not change.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yet the industry did change.
Totally. It's a different industry today.
And those who were sitting in those seats, like the one you referred to there at Beneficial Life, they were in that old world.
Yeah.
And they did not understand it.
Yeah, I think the crossroads were happening when I was coming into the business because last year, you may not know this, but I have to track these numbers very closely. Last year, the largest financial services company in America that currently licenses 89,000 agents paid out $1.7 billion in commissions. They're number one. They're the behemoth in the industry. I'm not going to name them because I'm not trying to promote them.
Sure.
But you will know them because that's when I left you, I went to them.
Okay.
Okay.
I didn't know they were still in business.
They're the biggest by a long shot.
But what's funny is I never lose to them.
Yeah, right. When you're one-on-one with a client.
Yeah, I never lose to them.
Because it's such a recruiting-focused model, not a client-focused model.
Exactly.
And that's a problem. The client focus will always win. I'm a strong believer that if you evaluate a company for its merit and its longevity, you should look closely at the client experience. Start there. What is the client experience? Is that an experience that's duplicatable? Is it scalable? And is the client benefiting from that experience? If you can't pass that judgment, I don't really care how much commissions you're paying out. It will fail over time.
As far as the client experience?
Yes.
I tell my clients, if you need service, you call me.
Right.
Don't call some 800 number that's in Tokyo or in
Right.
the Philippines,
India.
and they can't
Yeah.
speak English very well.
Right.
Call me, even
Yeah.
if I'm on the beach in Maui.
Yeah.
I will answer the phone. I will take care of it
And
for you.
I'll walk you through what to do.
And they say, hey, call Chris. One call, that's all.
That's it.
I don't have to worry about all this other stuff.
No, that's right. And you've always done that.
Yeah.
And that's why you have this crazy, amazing reputation.
Call me.
Yeah. Yeah. That is the client experience. And up front, what you do for that client that actually makes their life better because you were there.
Yeah, and we want retention. Don't we want to, whoever becomes our clients, don't we want them there forever?
For life.
Yeah.
Yes.
We don't want to lose them in a year or 2
No.
years to the competition.
That's right.
But the competition can't outwork me.
No. And
They
you
haven't
know,
built the trust.
You know too much too about all these products.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Where the industry did change, though, it moved into this model that I'm talking about where you could bring the killer in and the killer can stay and override all of the people they're mentoring and never need to actually check out. And that's why they stay and grow. That's why they get bigger and bigger and bigger.
And here's the great opportunity for you
Yes.
at Real Financial and me
Yeah.
is in the old days, if you bought something like a life insurance policy, you held that for the rest of your life.
Right.
Even if that was the way it was. You had to leave, you had to sign a replacement
Yeah, that's right.
because it was like sacrilegious
Yes.
to leave.
Right.
Most of my sales, James, are going back 3-7 years later, giving them a better product.
Right. Upgrading them.
A cheaper product.
Yeah.
I keep going back to the same people,
Yeah.
upgrading them.
Yeah. The industry's
If
getting
you look
better
at
and better.
all my personal sales over the last 12 months, I've just gone back and got them a better deal.
Well, you know what's, let's talk about that for a
And
second.
it may be with a different company. That's why independence is
Yeah.
good, because one company does it this way and it was good at the time.
Yes.
It was the best at the time, but 5 years later, somebody beat them.
Yeah, that's right. Let's talk about that in detail for a minute because we got a lot of insurance agents that watch this
And that's
show
good that you guys
are independent.
have brokerages
Yes.
with many insurance companies.
Right.
You've got the menu.
Hundreds.
Can you imagine laying it down and just have one item on your menu?
No.
That's the
No,
captive
no.
agent.
Yeah, the client's not getting help by that. No. This is what's interesting, and you and I can have this discussion, and it'll be deep and granular, but I think it's a worthy discussion to have. We know what an actuary is. They price the cost of insurance inside every policy. They're probably the smartest people walking the planet, mathematically. Actuaries are really bright people. They're employed typically by insurance companies to properly price insurance policies. The reason upgrades are possible with an insurance policy, the reason you're able to go back to the same client and say, hey, listen, 3 years ago, this was good. Things have shifted. This is why actuaries are required as mortality continues to rise, as people continue to live longer, actuaries are forced to go back in and reprice the cost of insurance on all the policies. And some companies are better and more efficient at pricing it more often than other companies. If a company's been around forever and living off their reputation and perhaps their commercial reputation, their actuaries are less efficient because they don't need to be. They're selling the brand.
Well, back to like I said.
Yes.
When I started in 1980, mortality tables had you living to age 73.
Exactly.
Well, today they have you living to age 85.
That's right.
Those tables have all adjusted.
They're lower.
And if
lower.
you're paying premiums on a
Longer.
1980 table,
That's right.
and your agent hasn't told you,
That's right. You're paying too much.
you haven't served your client.
That's right. That's right. So we're in a position as an industry to go out and actually sit with a client, put a second set of eyes on the decisions they made 3, 5, 10, 30 years ago. And if we're asking all the questions, in our case, we asked 27 questions. That's our scoring analysis. We ask all the questions. And in there, they tell us why they bought their life insurance. What was the reason you bought it? Was it just for death? Was it for long-term care? Was it for a retirement pension? What was it, tax benefit? Why did you buy it? I know what it's good for. I just want to know why you bought it. And once we know that, I can then look at what they bought and I can say, you told me you bought this for retirement. Why did you select this one? Because there's 92 others that would actually do better for the reason you bought this one. Can I just go shop this and see if we can't save you some money, put some more money in the checking account side of this account so that when we get to retirement, we actually have more money piled up here? Would you give me permission to go do that? See,
who wouldn't say that to you?
They all say yes. But this is the conversation we can now have because we're independent.
James.
Yeah.
The last 100 sales that I've done.
Yes.
80% I stole from other agents.
Yes.
They sold them for me, and I came in because I was there to service. They're out of the business or aren't servicing their clients.
Yeah.
And I come in behind them and take it away.
Absolutely.
80% of my sales are takeaways.
Yes.
From the other guys.
Who wasn't that good.
Yeah.
Wasn't that thorough.
Or their product was outdated and they weren't going back, updating.
That's right.
So I said, thank yous to all the agents out there compete against me for getting everybody prepared for me.
Well, what's cool about it is if the client's already got a habit of putting away $500 to $700 a month, they've already got the habit. They're putting it away, but it's being put in the wrong can. You can show them the more efficient can. It's show them the tax benefited can. And you can say, listen, we can stay here, but here's the outcome. Don't change a thing. Here's the outcome. If we make a couple of modest adjustments, stay at 700. We're not going to get into the pocket anymore. Stay at 700. This is the outcome. What would you like me to do? Please go do that, is what they'll say. Of course they will, because it makes sense to them. That's the business we're in, and it's a great business. We're able to literally improve them, find them and leave them better than we found them. I love it. I want to shift gears for a second.
Let me interject, though.
Please.
And I'm just talking life insurance now. You make these great presentations, and that's the way you should do it. But sometimes the clients just can't afford it.
Yeah.
For whatever reason.
Yeah.
You have to be honest. At least sell them a term policy.
Yeah.
And lock them in as your client.
Yes.
$10 a month.
Yes.
At least. Now he's your client.
And now you're back in.
A year from now, they're doing better in their work. Convert it to a permanent plan.
Right.
They
retire. They change jobs.
But don't think you have to sell them a permanent policy. Just at least get them as a client.
If they're not in a position to do it.
Get them as a client.
Yeah, that's great. Great advice. Let's talk about the agent for a minute.
Oh, and forgive me for interrupting here. You got me so excited now. But one of the greatest things you could probably ask experienced agents that you may bring into Real Financial, what's your persistency?
You're right. Yeah.
When you and I were together at Beneficial Life.
92.
I'm talking those years.
Yeah.
I remember I went to the president of the company and I said, do you know what our persistency is? He did not know.
Wow.
He did not know. I said, let me tell you what it is. 100% persistency. I don't know of any agency ever that means 100% of the people you sold stayed with that policy.
Yes. Yes.
100% persistency. Nobody can beat that.
No. You trained us. We were very good. And the thing I learned, and I still use it this day, tell me in your words. Try not to use my words. Tell me in your words what we're doing and why. Just tell me in your words. And they would give me all sorts of explanations about basically repeating what I taught them over the last appointment. And sometimes they say it wrong. And it gives me a chance to clarify and clear it up. But it's them explaining it because I'm trying to prepare them for the enemy agent that rolls in later with some shiny object trying to replace my business. I need them prepared with their words to defend what we did today. Absolutely. And we're in a position to do it. And so I train, I literally want anyone that I'm training to do it this way. And we're wrapped up. We've collected the check and the signatures. Everything's in place. Now, Mr. Zockel, Tell me what we did today and why. And they get a little nervous right there because, oh boy, I got to remember some stuff. But I need to know they know. I want to leave there knowing they know. It's not enough that I know it's great. I need them to know. Yeah.
And from time to time, I really thrive on this.
Yeah.
Your clients will call you and say, well, so-and-so showed me something like you just referred to.
Yeah, the enemy
maybe
agent.
shinier or whatever they better. I love the opportunity to defend what I did for them.
Yes.
I look to that as a great opportunity.
Yeah.
Even for myself, that I did something really good for them and I can prove it.
Yeah, I can totally prove it.
Yeah.
Or I wouldn't have done it. I'm never going to be in a defensive posture on the work I did.
And once they hear that, they go, oh yeah, I'm not moving.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. If you're doing it right up front, and that's why I love scoring, then I'm never in a defensive posture when the guy comes along with the shiny object. I'm in a position to defend my work, right? Okay, now I'm going to shift gears. A lot of agents don't make it. They fail. They just don't make it. I would say most agents don't make it. I want to know, in your view, your perspective, you've had hundreds of agents flow through your leadership. Those that don't make it, is there a common trait, a common set of habits, some observations you may have that could help the folks who are into this career avoid these things?
Yeah.
Tell me.
Those who don't make it have the employee complex. They want the guaranteed income.
Okay.
They want the pension plan. They want the health insurance, and they're happy with that. They just don't have the entrepreneurial attitude. And then competitiveness. If you really like this business, it's competitive.
Yes.
And you should like that.
Yeah. You should want to win.
Thrive in that, not chase you away.
Right.
You have that. I have that. Some
Yeah.
of the agents we've referred to have that competitiveness.
Right.
And that showed up in when I tested you.
Yeah.
You remember the test.
Yes.
You know, your competitiveness was off the chart.
Right.
And you got to have it. If you don't have it,
Yeah.
that's an employee mentality.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with an employee.
No.
Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Okay?
No, I know. We have to have them. I have
But
several.
not me.
Yeah. I want to dig into this for a minute. Employee mindset. So they cross the Rubicon and they join an independent contractor career. They've left their employment. They are employee minded, but it hasn't been unearthed yet. They're now in this career. What are the things you begin to observe in them, either in their speech or in their behavior, that identifies them as, this is not a fit?
Well, that's real easy. When you walk by their office, if they're reading the newspaper, you know they're not into their job.
Right.
Because
they're not working.
You and we don't have time. No. We might go home.
Yes.
In the old days, we read the newspaper.
Yes.
Today, we may go home and look at the internet or something. But when we're in business, we're in the game.
Yeah.
We don't have time to mess with a newspaper.
Right. So they're they're doing anything to avoid the work.
Exactly.
Are they scared?
And they know what they need to do.
Yeah.
It's last on their list.
Are they scared?
I would say so.
They're scared of rejection.
Yes.
Are they scared to make the call because the risk of rejection is ever present? I mean, is that what's happening?
Yes.
That's what's happening.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you understand that.
I do.
Because I know you went on a mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Yeah.
How much rejection did you get?
It's all day, every day.
And did you go home?
No.
You fulfilled your mission.
Yeah.
You learned to deal with it.
Yeah.
And
I learned it wasn't personal. It's not about me.
You know that.
Yeah.
But some take it personal.
Yeah.
Now it's part of their makeup, and those people probably should be employees.
Yeah.
You know, where they're taken care of.
Would you say it's a softer makeup? How would you describe it? Let's help people identify it in themselves. How can they tell?
How can they tell?
I think I'm an entrepreneur.
Or we tell.
No, I know I can tell. I can tell quickly. I want them to be able to see it in themselves so they don't waste any time.
That's your job in hiring them. You've got to try to figure that out. You know? And ask them, what have you done in your life tell me some big things you've done in your life.
Yeah.
If they can't tell you anything,
Yeah.
that could be soft.
Yeah.
The guy says, well, our team won the championship. I was MVP of the team. I valedictorian of my school.
I was head of student council.
Those are little signs for you
Yes.
that you got a possible winner here.
Yeah. I got somebody who wins at everything they touch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are we looking exclusively for winners, or can people become winners after they've signed on? Can they become a winner, or are they already winning when they arrive?
That's a good question. There is some people out there that have the skills that are dormant right now.
That's what I'm asking.
And it's probably in God's hands that they find you, James.
Right.
Okay. And if God loves everybody, I guess he's nudging them some way.
Yeah.
You know, because there was a time that even before I went in 1980 full time into this, I was approached 6 years previously by 2 or 3 other insurance companies, but I wasn't ready.
Yeah.
And even though they said I had the skills and that, I wasn't ready. But then I became ready.
Yeah.
So there is a timing to all of this.
Yeah.
And
you
sometimes that's out of your control, though.
It's uniquely the timing of the individual, your personal development, your spiritual maturity. It's almost unique to you. It's not necessarily a set of attributes. There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
I remember the reason I asked this, and I've thought about this a lot. Like, what is it that separates the real winner from the I don't want to say loser, but the person who doesn't win, the person who does not win. Right? There's a lot of those. And I remember personally, as a young missionary, being so scared to knock on the door. I remember I'm at the intersection locking up my bike with my companion. And I have not let on to him that I am ravaged with fear. He thinks I'm a tough guy. He thinks, because I've made him believe that with words. But inside me, I'm not. I am frightened. And I remember locking up the bikes thinking, I don't know what's going to happen between here and that first door, but I need some heavenly intervention, because if I'm going to be called upon at any moment to speak to anyone who opens any door, I'll collapse and maybe pass out. I'm so fearful. Now, all of these are my thoughts as we're locking up these bikes. We get to the first door, Chris. This is me, man. We're at the first door. My trainer is Elder Merrill Taggart. Merrill knocks on the door and he goes, now remember, I've led him to believe I'm a tough guy, that I fear nothing. Okay. I've led him to believe
fake it till you make it.
I am totally faking it. And at this moment, I realize this ship has sailed. There's a chance they open this door, and it's a good chance. And I am frightened that they will. And I am praying to the God I know, do not let them open this door. Now we're there hoping they open the door. And I am praying to the God I know, stop them. Please stop them. Prevent them from opening the door. And I can't tell you the relief I felt as we walked away from that doorstep. And they didn't answer the door. They weren't home. And I just felt my prayer was answered. And now this is the human being that will one day go on and earn $110 million in commissions. Okay? Because I no longer am afraid. But in this moment, I'm frightened. Next door, he says, it's your turn. He's doing a take-turn thing. I didn't even know we were doing a take-turn thing. This is my door. And I began my prayer because it worked. I began my prayer and I see the curtains rattle where they look out of the curtains.
I love these stories, James. Thanks for sharing.
No, I'm telling you. And I am warning the man.
This is the real world.
It is. I'm warning the man with my eyes who I see move the curtain. Don't even think about it. I'm kind of giving the look. Do not open that. With all that I can transmit, I do not want him to open that door. He opens the door. And I say, I'm James Elder. I didn't even know the right way to say. I'm Elder Catledge, I'm from Tennessee, and I start in on this history lesson about my life, at which he doesn't know or care anything about my life. And this is how I began.
Yeah.
And then he kindly says, we're not interested, and shuts the door. And I look at Merrill Taggart. He looks at me, and he said, what was that? Because we're trained what to say. And it was nothing about what was supposed to be said.
Sure.
It's just what I know is my life. It's all I know. And he says, dude, you got to go back to what, we role played this. You got to go back to what we talked about. and I said, all right, your turn's next.
Well, I went on a mission too.
Yes.
So I can relate to everything you're saying.
Yes.
But you want to know where I learned fear?
Yeah.
In Little League. When you walk up to the plate and it's only you, all the fans are looking at you.
It's all on you.
And it's in your head.
Yes.
I do not want to strike out. That is bad.
And walk back
and
to the dugout.
That's hard to do.
Yes.
But the more you walk up to that plate, a little easier it gets.
That's so true.
Eventually, you're not afraid anymore.
So
and
true.
I think we all have to go through that.
Yes.
All of us.
Yes. Eventually, that day, I got to the point where I can do this.
And now I can walk up to the plate and go against the greatest pitcher in the world. I may not get a hit,
but you're not scared.
But I'm going to battle him.
I know how to stand in the box.
I'm going to battle him.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I think so. That's the point about how do we know when someone's got it in them. I could tell you, Merrill Taggart had no evidence that day that I had it in me to go do great things. All he knew was I had told him that I was capable of great things, but there was no evidence for him to line up. But eventually I got the swing of it, and I overcame my fear, but I was scared.
But what you were doing on that mission,
yeah,
even though it wasn't your career,
yes,
it did prepare you for where you are now.
Yeah,
in
for
your
sure.
Career. So it doesn't necessarily have to be start fresh in the insurance.
Right.
Other things you do in life, and that's probably back to recruiting.
Yeah.
You need to ask the questions. What have you done in your life
right.
where you had to overcome fear? That would be a good question.
I think that is the question. Because if you have become somewhat bold, somewhat brave when it's hard, if you have a braveness in you when it's hard, you can succeed here. If there is no braveness in you when it's hard, this is real hard.
Yeah, and when you do have the boldness,
yeah,
and put the fear is always going to be there, but
right.
put the fear aside, and then you have success.
Yes,
it's like drugs.
It's like an elixir. It is. It is totally like drugs. Yeah. So they tell me. Yeah. I wouldn't know personally.
Yeah,
but I think that's what they're seeking. Yeah, is that elixir, that amazing overcoming feeling. Chris, anything you want to tell the folks watching about our time together, or anything you want to leave with the group about success in general and what they need to keep their mind on as they're starting their journey? I mean, you've been at this 45 plus years.
Yeah. Well, my son has come into the business, so that's a special blessing. He's my youngest. I have 6.
Yeah.
I gave the opportunity to a lot of them.
Yeah.
They never took it.
Right.
But my last one did.
I love that.
And I find great joy in watching him develop.
Yeah.
And to be able to say, he's now better than me.
That's amazing.
That's a great compliment for me.
Yes.
To be able to say that to my son, he's better than me.
Yeah.
And I would also say, had I started in 1980 with a, no offense to Beneficial Life, they were good to me. But if I had started with a company like Real Financial, I think I would have been way ahead.
Yeah.
Even further. I mean, I've accomplished great things.
You've done so much.
I'm not complaining. I mean, you can't spend all the money anyhow, and you don't take it with you.
Yeah.
But had I started with a guy like you when I was a zero, really, and with a company that had the vision of Real Financial, I think I would have been way ahead of the ball game.
Yeah. This, real financial comes to the industry at a time where so much has shifted. It's taking the best of all the history.
Oh, and one thing, this was in my mind when I started.
Yeah.
And this one thing I knew for sure, and I had to take this attitude. Nobody's going to help me get there but me.
Right.
So if it's going to be, it's up to me.
For sure.
And if they don't have that attitude, if it's going to be, it's up to me, they probably won't make it.
Yeah.
I knew it was still on me. I wasn't dependent on another person.
Right.
Even though I learned things, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
It's still up to me.
Right.
I can't blame
You kept the power.
anybody else if I'm not doing it.
Yeah. That mindset keeps you in control of problem solving.
Yes.
As opposed to having external reasons things aren't working out. If you keep it internal, you can solve it.
And
you can fix it.
And you need to have people, when you face something you don't know, at least you have a person you go to that knows the answer.
Right.
And once they give it to you, you can do it.
Yeah. You can repeat it.
And that was very helpful. I remember I even called somebody at Beneficial because I was facing a certain retirement plan.
Yeah.
And I said, how do I do this? It's like my first.
Yeah.
They couldn't tell me. I had to go to another company to
Wow.
find out how to do it.
Wow.
But it was up to me.
Yeah. You had to solve it.
Yeah. And then I went back to Beneficial Life.
And explain to them.
This guy over here told me, I think they were a little embarrassed,
Yeah, that they didn't have the answer.
But if it's going to be, it's up to me.
Yeah.
I didn't care where I got the answer, really.
No.
I just wanted the answer.
That's right.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's right. It's been a great honor having you here today, brother. I really appreciate you flying in to be here to talk to me today. It's been great. I love you, brother.
I love you too, James, and I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
I really am.
Thanks for sharing so much today with us.
Okay.